Welcome to Some Topic, the podcast where two dangerously underqualified individuals tackle an ever-changing buffet of subjects we have no business discussing. From global politics to ghost squirrels, nothing is off limits, and nothing is properly researched. We are your hosts, two voices with microphones, a Wi-Fi connection, and just enough confidence to sound like we know what we're talking about. Spoiler, we don't. But that's never stopped anyone with a podcast before, and we refuse to be the first. Every week, we plunge headfirst into topics both serious and stupid, usually at the same time, armed only with sarcasm, caffeine, and a dangerous overestimation of our own coherence. Whether it's philosophy, politics, pop culture, or paranormal rodents, we approach each subject like two raccoons who broke into the Library of Alexandria, knocked over a torch, and now insist the fire was enlightenment. Our findings? Improvised. Our sources? Suspect. Our method? Whatever we yanked from our asses while marching proudly up the hill of stupidity, ready to fall honorably in the fog of ego, ontological confusion, and the blood-slick ruins of abandoned discourse. It's too late to turn back now. Your descent has begun. And we, your casually deranged hosts, will guide you in style straight through the crumbling ruins of reason. Listener discretion is enthusiastically advised. This podcast contains strong language, stronger delusions, and a persistent disregard for intellectual safety. If you're easily offended, chronically literal, or spiritually fragile, please relax your chakras, unclench whatever needs unclenching, and consider yelling at a tree instead. This is not journalism. This is not education. This is comedy. This is play. This is Some Topic.
I don't know what's wrong with you.
Just following the word train for a second.
Apparently. We're recording, by the way.
So anyways, like I said, fuck commercial. Not touching it.
I don't know why you would.
Not touching commercial. Not what I want. I'm even iffy on the investment property thing, but I'm more specifically thinking about the rich people that use their vacation homes as like Airbnbs and stuff at some of the local lakes.
That would do it. You're for that or you're against that?
That's more the crowd that I'm specifically targeting at that point.
Sure.
So that's what the two investment property memberships are for.
So, with that intro out of the way, what are we talking about? Because I don't actually know.
So today is actually part 2 of the secret history of everyday objects. Where
Really?
apparently every invention was a cry for help.
I can see why
So
they're
we
crying,
covered
because I'm
things. We covered fascinating subjects such as forks. We discussed the invention of the chair. We we ended up finishing up on the door.
Wonderful.
With some wrap-up questions and follow-up topics provided by Nick, such as, what's the most dramatic door slam moment of your life? If you invented the door today, what unnecessary feature would it have?
I don't know if I can give an answer to that.
Well then, shall we revisit the door? Also known as Exhibit C.
I'd put a wind chime on a door.
In the Museum of Functional Nonsense.
Well, yes.
So we'll recap. Exhibit C, the door.
I put a wind chime on the door.
Before
That's my
doors,
answer.
privacy didn't exist. Ancient homes were open concept, which meant every argument was public theater.
Theater.
Mm-hmm.
You were a theater kid, weren't you?
The hinge was, I was there for pussy.
That tracks.
There was a difference.
You know, I've been told I say that tracks a lot.
That tracks.
Thanks, buddy. Like a locomotive.
That was the most autistic response you could have possibly had.
Hey, just because I'm
Not like a bloodhound, not like a wolf on a hunt. No, like an locomotive.
Just because I'm undiagnosed doesn't mean that you can use that against me.
I will use whatever I can and wish to use against you.
That's verbal
Anyways.
manslaughter
You're welcome.
of the third degree.
The hinge was invented by a man tired of losing arguments. He wanted to leave dramatically but efficiently.
Did he never hear of a sliding door?
Doorknobs came later. No, but we've seen that with Japanese-style doors. They just break instantly. And they're paper, so you hear everything anyways.
Well, yeah, what's the timeline on that, though?
Anyways,
I guess the raccoon.
scientifically, a 90-degree opening equals 100% privacy.
Oh.
Guy math certified. Moral of the exhibit: always knock, especially on your own mistakes. No, Nicholas. What was the most dramatic door slam moment of your life?
I feel like I've already answered this in the first part.
Yeah, but you said you can't remember, so please refresh our memories.
I don't remember what I said.
Well, we're going to find out if you're lying or not now.
Dude, I don't remember. You know what? Reference our first episode on this two-parter.
Yeah, so let's find out if you're lying. So, what was the most dramatic door slam moment of your life? Sir Nicolaj.
Well, now I'm going to have to come up with a new one. I think it was the story about...
I really fucking hate your glasses.
Well, I hate your glasses, but ain't nobody saying nothing about them.
Continue.
I don't know. I don't have one. Not
Okay.
right now. Reference the first episode.
If you invented the door today, besides wind chimes, what unnecessary feature would you add? Like every time you open that door, a bell goes off, which is fine.
Well, yes.
But let's like update it, okay?
Fine.
This isn't Igor in the Vatican ringing church bells.
I would apply Occam's razor. The simplest solution is the best solution.
Mm-hmm.
So in America, there are more firearms per capita for people. So
Then what?
for people,
Compared to what?
to people, firearms to people,
Compared to what? So in America, there's more firearms to people compared to...
just people. There are more firearms than people. So we need to
So in
repurpose-
America, there are more firearms to people than there are people to people.
Yes.
Okay.
So we repurpose the extra firearms to be like wind chimes, doorbells, or bells. And we set it up and rig it to the every time that you go to open a door, it shoots off around to let you know that it's opened. And we put a voiceover. I'm thinking either
It's
Morgan.
called booby trapping, Nick. And it's a
it?
federal offense.
Well, you said the most useless. I'm just giving you. I'm solving a lot of problems here. Okay.
It would help with the black powder shortage.
Correct. And the raccoons can figure out the legalese on all this. Okay.
Ah, if they installed it, then we didn't know. Plausible deniability.
Correct. So every time you go to open a door, bang bang. Everybody in the household knows you opened a door.
So to sum it up, Nicholas, is privacy overrated, or should doors come standard with NDAs?
Doors should come with their own firearm.
Brought to you by the NRA.
A future sponsor of this here podcast.
Proceeding along now to Exhibit D, also known as the Spork Wars. Few conflicts in culinary history rival the Spork Wars.
We did Sporks because
Not
of
the
the whole
Spork Wars. No. How would you get Hannah Montana out of this?
Because it was the best.
It's the best of both worlds, but that wasn't the Spork.
Yeah, it was, but it wasn't the Spork.
No, because this is all about the Civil War between scooping and stabbing.
What?
Yeah.
What history class did you go to?
Well, this is about the culinary history of the Spork Wars.
Apparently. And we're
The Civil War between scooping and stabbing.
scooping and stabbing.
The spoon camp preaching gentleness and the fork camp demanding dominance. The Spork promised harmony and delivered confusion.
I am very confused right now as to what we're talking about.
Historians note that no one has ever felt confident eating soup with one, and that the Spork has never been very good at stabbing anything. So the Spork proves that compromise is uglier than war.
Where do you find this shit?
I don't know.
At least
So
you're
Nick, would you
honest.
personally trust a Spork in a life or death meal situation?
Dude, I'm not trusting any spork at all.
I'm pretty sure I designed this part for when we finally got you drunk enough. Was when I started bringing up stupid shit, but we just didn't get to that point last time, so we're starting at the stupid shit.
Well, how much? Excuse me, viewers. I need to exit stage right.
So again, develop your argument here. Would you personally trust a spork in a life or death meal situation?
Okay.
Because they're obviously not the best in a soup situation. They're obviously not best in a steak situation.
I feel like they'd be good for rice.
Yes, and rice-associated meals.
So what if, hear me out, we go World War VIII.
Spork.
World War Spork. World War Spork. We go and we just straight up go and take over all of Eurasia.
Right, so that way we can eradicate the chopsticks.
Correct.
Right.
It's a war on chopsticks.
Right.
And we implement the regime.
Oh,
of the
it's going to suck when we get hit Africa.
Yeah, but
No more finger food.
Oh, we keep Africa as their own nation.
Okay.
Finger food nation. We'll keep
like Disney. They have their own laws.
all you see is Mickey Mouse Clubhouse leading the charge with an infantry of
Rhinos and bullshit? Yes.
rhinos and bullshit.
Yes. Correct.
On my way to make you part of the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Russian balls!
And so we implement the regime of the spork, annihilate all remnants in history of the chopstick, and it becomes a fabled legend.
Right.
And then, like 30 years, they make a movie where it's like you just have some intrepid adventurer in D&D going off into the distance to find the fabled chopsticks, and you find out that it's the spawn of Satan. I don't know. We'll workshop the movie idea. I'm not nearly dumb enough right now to come up with an actual movie.
So
plot.
would you trust it in a life or death meal situation?
Dude, I'm gonna trust my hands. I'm
So
all
you
about
do not
finger food.
trust the spork. Okay.
Correct. I'm a finger food kind of
Okay.
guy. Tyson Chicken got it right.
Okay. If you had to design the next hybrid utensil, what monstrosity would it be?
I feel like life would go a lot faster if everything was a liquid variety of of your favorite meal. Like, think about it. You want steak? Great, go grab the steak juice. You want spaghetti? Great, go grab the spaghetti juice. And then you just have smoothies and shit. So make everything liquid.
You sound like the psychotic piece of shit that came up with those fucking straws that you were supposed to use with your cereal when you were done. That was like either the pink beads for like strawberry milk or the brown beads for like... Yeah, but it was still a plastic fucking straw, so it wasn't like a Choco straw where you could eat the whole fucking straw afterwards. No, it was a plastic piece of shit with like flavor beads in it.
Dude, you know about the live straw, right?
No, but you sound exactly like him. Let's make a steak straw and a mashed potato straw and a gravy. No, fuck
I'm
you.
saying smoothies, man. Do you understand on how...
No, then just carry a fucking Ninja bullet blender everywhere you go.
That's a lot of work, though.
Well,
Pre-make it. Get rid of
that's
solid
not
foods.
a hybrid utensil.
It is.
What?
Get rid of all the utensils.
How is that a hybrid utensil?
I'm saying get rid of it. That's the hybrid.
I was hoping more for like a capoon.
A kaboom.
Okay? A knife and spoon.
What's the slogan?
It's just razor sharp on one side, so make sure you slurp the soup from the correct side. Don't be left-handed. You'll be fine.
What happens if I'm left-handed?
Then you're probably going to cut your tongue a lot. Use your right hand like a normal human being.
And
you piece of shit.
Fuck the left-handers?
Yeah.
Satan spawns?
Yes.
Understood.
Right there with the gingers.
Well, they're soulless bastards.
Right. Like the basketball Americans.
Apparently. What do you have against basketball Americans?
Oh, no. I just can never figure out what color the basketballs are. Sometimes they're orange. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're pinkish. Sometimes they're peach.
Are you colorblind, Sam?
We'll get back to you on that.
Brought to you by our new sponsor.
So, Nick, do you think the spoon or the fork actually won?
I don't think anybody won. I think
we won this book wars.
Dude, I've said finger food and going on a juice diet. It was the third unknown assailant that came out for the
Nick
war.
wants to make no deep philosophical political discussions. He wants to move on and say, pills and water, please, move along.
We'd be so much more productive as a society.
Trust me, if I could actually trust pill companies to just get by with pills and water, I would.
If you
It would
could.
make everything so easy.
All right, perfect.
Because in the few times I actually want to cook, I'll cook.
You do cook some good food.
Yeah, when I feel like it.
Yeah, I never get to eat it, though.
Well, you're always on the phone with someone.
I was only 8 times. Fuck you.
Yeah, for like 2 hours each time,
It was worth
on
it.
average.
It was worth it.
Not yet.
I mean, was for me. Fuck you.
Mini game. Because
What?
apparently I came up with mini game.
Do you not remember your notes?
This script is like 3 weeks old now. I don't remember 3 weeks ago. I can't even remember last night. My nose is so clogged up that all I can think about is about every 10 seconds I'm like, oh, this sucks. Oh, wait, I'm doing something. And then I have to remind myself what I'm doing. So anyways, apparently there's a mini game. It's called Inventor or Imposter.
What, syndrome?
This is an interactive exhibit time.
Okay.
I'll read invention names, and Nick, you're going to decide if they're real or fake. And at the end, you'll have to invent a fake origin story for whichever one surprises you the most.
So all I got to do is say yay or nay.
Um,
I love how you don't even know your own rules.
well, no, I wanted to read the rest of this to make sure I understood what's about to happen here. So I'm going to read off some inventions.
Okay.
You're going to decide if they are real or fake.
Fake.
I honestly have no idea because this list does not give me confidence.
So am I going to have to fact check it?
I don't know.
I guess I'll
But
fact
at
check
the end,
What? You're going to keep scoring?
you will have to invent a fake origin story for whichever one of these inventions surprises you the most.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
So,
I didn't know I had to get creative this episode.
I didn't either, but here we are.
Okay. Keep talking.
Look, you're talking about it, I'm talking about it, we're both talking about it, so it's happening. Anyways, baby mop onesie. This was a item in the late to early 2000s and 2010s and 20-teens. And it was advertised for those parents who just didn't have the time to both parent their children and mop their kitchen floors. And so you stuck your baby in a onesie that had the little fluffy, moppy tufts, like you see on the big drums at the car wash.
I know
The
what you're
little
talking
floppy
about.
tiffs. The dreadlocks, as some people would call them. So you put your child in a dreadlock flight suit, and then you just dropped them on the floor and sprayed some soap on the floor and expected them to mop it by crawling around instead of licking it.
I feel like that invention, if it was true or fake, didn't take off too well.
Next up, the nose stylus.
Am I supposed to call it true or fake, or are you going to go through the entire list first?
I'm just going through everything.
Okay.
Because the baby mop onesie was a true thing, and it was kind of popular for a little while, mostly as gag gifts, but it was at like every Dollar General ever.
So there was you ever hear the story? I think they made a movie out of it. It was with Brie Larson, the one.
The Nick You're Gay story, or the Nick's a fag story?
Neither, because that would imply that I'm a faggot, and I'm not.
So you're just sort of gay.
Kind of.
Okay.
Borderline.
I have confirmation of kind of.
So
Locked in that answer now. Don't worry, ladies. He's only kind of gay.
I don't even know how to rebuttal this. So Brie Larson ends up the entire movie making a mop, right? Or
Who's Brie Larson?
Well, I don't know. She's Captain Marvel. I think it's Brie Larson.
Is she the one who shit herself on stage?
Maybe.
And I'm not talking about Amber Turd.
On what fucking stage?
I don't know. There was like a picture that circulated a couple years ago of her like in uniform or something. Maybe it was the blonde chick from what's the spoofy?
I have no idea.
Spoofy superhero one, The Boys.
Oh,
maybe it was her. Maybe it was an actual like
not that blonde.
Maybe it was an actual skit on the show.
That was, I think you're thinking of Starlight.
Yeah, she like shits herself or something.
Yeah, but I don't think that's true. I think that's in the comics.
Well, no, I think it was like
Oh, was it?
an actual clip from the TV show. I think it was a skit like on the show.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a skit, more like a plot line, but yeah.
Yeah.
So the entire movie is that she makes this revolutionary mop. She ends up inventing it, selling it, fighting a bunch of whatever. They make men evil, yada yada yada, and she ends up kicking their ass in court and all this other bullshit. And all the intention is that it's a single strand of string or tough string that's woven and circular, and you're able to extend up on a pole, rinse it out, and reuse it constantly. And you're able to gauge essentially the...
Oh, are you talking about the shitty mops that have like the sliding handle on it?
Yes. But that also...
I hate those things. It took me like 3 fucking years to actually realize one day of how they worked. Because I would either be at church, or I'd be at some fucking camp function, or I'd be doing this thing or that thing or whatever. It was that weird age where they make you volunteer everywhere.
I think that's just you. I never.
Well, some of us were raised as proper good little Christians, Nick.
Good for you.
So some of us had to volunteer.
You
and
were the
do
most
community
deplorable
service.
Christian on the planet.
I am a saintly child of God.
Yeah.
Made in his image. I can do no wrong.
If you were Romanian and adopted and fucked up in the head.
I was born of the stairs, Nick. You don't fuck with the 7-step gang.
Guy man.
What was the point I was making? Anyways, half the time they'd be like, "Oh, can you mop that?" And you're like, "Sure." And you'd go over there, and they have those shitty fucking broom. It wasn't a normal industrial broom where the bucket has a little drain ring out press thingy on it. Half the time it was one of those shitty little mops, and it took me years to figure out how to actually like wring them out properly.
How?
Because I
Okay, I'm not mechanically.
I was
inclined.
spoiled, child. If I had to go and clean something up, I went to a custodian's closet that was actually fully equipped with everything. I didn't have a fucking junked out janitor who had a closet that maybe had something. And maybe a mop that had the same vomit on it from the last 3 summers.
Okay. I just want you to know,
had
if you were accusing me earlier in this episode of having autism, the fact that you cannot figure out how these mops work is
No, it just took me a while.
almost a declaration of your autism.
It just took me a while.
Okay.
No, it just
Sir,
I didn't realize the privilege that I
you
had.
have tism.
I didn't realize the privilege that I had with my mops.
It's not privilege. It's just you have tism.
And then I came across poor people mops.
Ah.
And then I said, "Oh my God, this fucking sucks."
So my point to this, before you told us your sad sob story of being tism,
Ask your local Marine how to mop; they'll gladly show you.
I'm saying that if you took that mop and you took this child in this fucking skydiving suit of dreads.
Oh yeah, it'd be like cutting all the little mop things and put them up. Yeah,
It'd be like I don't know. They could go hand in hand. Somebody should do something with this.
Well, I kind of like your idea, but I think we can improve upon it even further.
How so?
So the mop buckets,
Oh Lord.
where when you step on the pedal, it spins the thing, so it wrings them out. That's how you should bring out the child suit. Because obviously we
Is
can't.
the child
put this
in the
child-
suit at
well,
this point or off the suit?
You know.
Is this? Do we need a disclaimer in this episode?
We'll design it a few ways. We'll see what happens. We'll workshop it. We'll get back to you.
We'll workshop how they
Because it would be so much faster if you could just, tap your baby on a sponge that had the cleaning solution on them, and then let them loose on the floor, and then drag them back with the leash, so that way you're not stepping on your freshly cleaned floor.
fucking I guess, man.
And then And then they have this little spinning pad that's Velcroed, so it can stick to the uniform, the suit. And then you step on the pedal, it spins them and rings them out.
I guess.
And then you can tap them on the sponge again to apply new solution and just slide them back out where they started.
Okay, so how old is the baby at this point? Like a year old? 6 months? 3 months? 2 years? 8 years?
The suits can be stretchy.
Okay. They're conformative to the body's type.
I just don't want to see a grown man in one. That'd be a little creepy.
I feel like we can make... You know what? We market this product.
No, that's for the black sites. That's for the dark web.
Yes.
The sex web.
Okay, yes. And then for Halloween, we have a side gig where we just have nothing but off-brand adult suits.
Or
dressing
we can invent the nose stylus. This was coming along at the same time that...
This is
the
the
holographic...
This is a hell of a... Yeah, great.
You're welcome. This was the same time where the holographic speedometers were sort of kind of becoming a standard featured in cars. Where when you're
what?
Speedometers.
Okay.
Where when you're driving or you had your GPS or anything else, instead of you having to look down at your instrument gauge, it would project a holographic display on the lower third. Yes, display.
It would display a display. Oh, yeah.
No.
Oh, yes. The display of the display.
On the lower third of your windshield. And it would show your GPS and your,
That sounds dope as fuck. Why is that not a thing?
Well, it is on some really high-end cars, but for a very short time, they're trying to find a way of making it more common.
Okay.
Well, at the same time, other companies were already coming off with knockoff products and add-on products and bullshit like that.
Okay.
So consumers were saying, well, I still have to take my hand off the wheel and interact with the infotainment center to add in new instructions or to type a text reply or whatever. So they wanted a way to be able to do it with your hand still on here instead of using voice commands, which have never worked that well. Because who's going to remember 50 separate commands per vehicle manufacturer?
The ones with autism?
Besides them, yes.
You remember every fucking command. What are you talking about?
Well, I also read the whole user manual.
I think you have autism.
Your manufacturer's manual that is in the car.
Who the hell reads that?
Me. That way I know how things work in my car.
That's stupid.
Every car has a slightly different track system on their seats, and every car has a slightly different this and slightly different that. And I like to know how those things work.
My friend?
That way, if they break, I can
diagnose you with tism. From one tism to another tism.
Fuck you. You didn't rism. Anyways.
No, I just have Riz.
So the nose stylus was kind of like your very first Google Glass, where it just, that's how you selected things, was by looking at them on your display and sneezing at them.
Okay. I'm sneezing now?
Number 3.
I'm sneezing.
The Rotisserie laptop stand.
The what?
Rotisserie laptop stand.
Am I getting a chicken out of this?
No, but it was based on, well, obviously the stands that make rotisserie chickens. The big old drum. What are they called?
I don't know. You're the one giving me the lecture here.
Ah, a spit. Like a spit roast. Now, this was a laptop stand.
A Ferris wheel?
Oh my God. You know the spit on the end of a spit roast? The little machine that you do the cranky, and it does the rotation, and your meat does it over the fire?
I feel like I have to do this in 3. Yeah.
Okay.
I got it.
That thing, but for your computer.
No. You got it.
Yes.
Yes. Meat.
I can't take you seriously. Those glasses, sit back away from the light, please. Anyways. That, but for your laptop. It was designed to sit next to your bed, to reach over the bed, so you could either work from a upright seated position while sitting in bed or sitting on a couch, or slouched and leaned down, and it would just automatically rotisserize.
Rotisserie.
Better sound than rotation.
That Rotisserie. All right,
The
whatever.
rotating.
Move the fuck on.
But it would just rotate with you.
Move
and
the
that's
fuck-
all. And it
move-
just held
okay.
your laptop at weird fucking angles.
Interesting.
Last but not least, the beard bib.
The beard.
Yes. This was for bikers and gentlemen with thick, burly beards, but were tired of wearing all this sauce from their Red Lobster orders on their faces.
Okay.
So, this was a tiny little beard that, unlike duct tape, did not painfully peel off and peel your hair off with it. And it just had little bobby clips that you would clip into your beard hair right here at the ears. And it was just a nice little apron for your beard.
Okay. So I have to pick one of these options
So,
and come up with an
You
origin
will-
story?
yes, you will now invent a fake origin story for one of these very real products.
All right, for our
The beard
listeners.
bib, the rotisserie laptop stand, the nose stylus, or the baby mop onesie.
Okay, beard bib. There was a dwarf.
What kind of dwarf?
The dwarf kind.
What species?
The rocky kind.
Ah,
He lived in a mountain.
a stonekin dwarf?
Dude, I don't fucking know. I'm just making up the origin story. We can flush out the details later. What do you fucking want from me? There's a dwarf. He's got a long ass beard. He's been working hard in the mines, and you know what? He's got a little rubble on his, on his chin during the first hour. And then by hour 8, once he's done his, full 8-hour workman, I gotta work this rock here job. He ends up getting a bunch of rubble in his beard. And so he thinks to himself, wow, I'm off to a rocky start here, a rocky end, a rocky beard. And he goes and he says, well, I should fix this. Because he's been dealing with it for the past 40 plus fucking years. And so he looks around and he sees a flea infested blanket. And he says, you know what? I could do something with this. And he looks at his wife and he says, get to fucking sewing. And you know what that wife does?
Gets to fucking sewing because he done told her twice.
Exactly. So, thus the beard bib was born. For the dwarf that works that 8 to 10 hour shift in the mines of
Dwarflandia.
exactly. And here we are with the beard bib, or as the actual name, the dwarf beard bib for that long working hour to help stave off rocks.
From getting in your beard. So really we have his wife to thank.
Exactly.
Because she ignored his first two inventions, which is what earned her her first and second black eye. But what do you tell a woman with two black eyes?
You now have a black belt.
No. There's nothing you can't tell her. You already done told her twice.
But now you got to hit her with the belt.
So,
and
at
it's
least when he
black.
came to her with the third invention, she learned her place and just said, yes, dear, and thus the beard bib was born.
At what point does...
Which one of these great inventions do you secretly want?
I almost want the dwarf beard. Bib. Thing. Whatever.
But you want the original. Sown with the blood and tears of his abused wife.
Flea infested.
Dwarfita.
Oh boy. That's her name? Dwarfita?
It is now.
Oh boy.
What problem were they trying to solve, and what problem did they actually create?
They were trying to solve the rock and the beard, and they ended up creating domestic abuse.
Which one of
That's
these
where
would
that
you
started.
Which one of these would you choose to defend if you had to market one of these on Shark Tank?
You know what? All right.
I think the baby mop onesie would go fantastic with
No,
rich
no, no,
people.
no, no. I think we could sell the dwarf beard bib as the profits towards the dwarf beard bib
As a new safety device for all construction workers.
and to help stave off domestic abuse at the household for women's of all ages.
That's why they're
And-
made in countries with no spousal abuse laws
And
or
that's
child labor laws. Got it.
and that's why we need the Shark Tank
Hashtag
to have all women.
3M.
Oh, Lord. Brought to you by our new
I don't think they use
sponsor.
child labor. That's Nike, but still.
Just do it. Kind math.
Do it. Exhibit E, the sock.
The fuck does a sock have to do with
The sock. The foot's first disguise. Early versions were made of animal intestines, technically carnivorous.
Okay, can I ask a question?
The socks were technically carnivorous. I don't know why I put that in such weird apostrophes.
In your infinite research here,
Yes.
did somebody just look at an animal and just like kick the fuck out of them, and then the skin just left over on their feet? And
Yeah, and then they
was
walked
socks?
around and realized that they weren't getting poked by so many sharp rocks. Yeah, that's basically how
The shoe came about, or the
Yeah.
sock came about,
both.
or
It's
was
the chicken or the egg. Which came first, the sock or the
was
shoe?
the sock the condom that helped to preserve all the sweat and catch?
And make your shoe last longer.
Oh, Nike.
Now you're thinking.
Just do it.
Palpatine. Just do it.
A proud sponsor of Nike.
Precisely. So early versions were made of animal intestines.
Unlimited power.
So they were technically carnivorous. Laundry machines consumed socks as tribute. Every missing pair fuels one more cycle. If socks survive 6 months, it gains sentience and migrates to another drawer, thus living out its life in drawer holla. And philosophers all agree footwear is handwear for quitters.
Or
So, Nicholas,
sock wearers Norse.
where do lost socks actually go? Give me your conspiracy theory.
Well, because of sock holla, I have to agree with the experts on the internet.
Well, it's drawer holla.
I said what I said. That name has been in dispute for centuries, my friend. Since the Vikings came to Middle Earth.
And left their jizz sock.
Exactly. Hidden under our mutual beneficial...
Thus Midgard was discovered.
Our mutual friend.
And it was the bacteria on this cum sock that became man.
Man nor woman could decipher what this was. Until one day...
Okay, so
Or socks,
modern day man comes from
Sock jizz.
Norse's cum socks. Got it.
Yes, but...
If socks are introverted gloves, what's the extroverted version?
Foreskin.
Okay. Now questioning the credentials of our expert panel here, but moving along. Would you wear self-aware socks if they complimented you?
Are we talking about like Marty McFly, where he presses the button on the shoes and they end up compressing to your size, so it's one size fits all kind of shoes, but instead it's a sock version of that?
Allow me to reread the question.
Oh.
Would you wear self-aware socks if they complimented you? So these are sentient socks that are aware of their own existence and purpose in life.
I'm going to burn the fuck out of them. I'm taking a flamethrower, burning the shit out of them.
Okay. But would you wear them?
No, I'm burning the shit out of them. Why am I burning
right.
my feet?
Nick
That's
is
just creepy.
racist against AIs. Got it.
AI socks, maybe.
Closing exhibit, artifacts of the future. And finally, which modern object will confuse future archaeologists? AirPods are a good suggestion. Might suggest that we worship invisible gods, whispering stock tips.
Comics.
Fidget spinners
Nope.
could prove
Comics.
stress was a national pastime.
Comics.
Roombas were tiny circular deities that ate crumbs for power.
I hear you. I really do, but comics is my answer. I'm locking it in.
So, what modern object will confuse
I just told you, comics.
future? That's not going to confuse anybody.
Yes, it is. Because, okay, think of it this way. Batman.
How is that going to confuse someone?
Okay.
It's a piece of fictional literature.
But they wouldn't know. How would they
Either
fucking
that,
know?
or it's going to be
How would
like
they
us
fucking
interpreting-
know?
No, it's either that, or it's going to be like us interpreting the hieroglyphics on the pyramids and thinking of Egyptian gods. It'll be the same shit.
So
They'll
what-
just think of that as our version of. They'll be like, "Oh, Americans believe that Batman was, the richest man on earth, and if you prayed to him every year, then
He beat the shit out of a
would
clown?
lay an egg. Otherwise, he would break in and Robin would butt fuck you." Like, I don't know. Like,
I'm
it'll
telling
be their
you.
own
Okay.
version of Krampus.
Okay, you've
Like,
got let's take Batman on DC's
Right.
side, and then on the Marvel side, let's take
And Captain America is Americans'
America.
god that went over to Vietnam in the 70s and nuked them with his laser vision. Okay? Like, these will be the random stories that pop up.
but they're gonna
it's not
think
a
that we
modern
dressed up as
object.
bats.
It's not a modern
Yes,
object.
it is.
That's
Comics
been around
are-
forever.
No, comics have been around.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Forever.
That's what I mean. It's not a modern object.
It is a modern
So, okay.
object.
So pick something invented in, like, the last 20 years, 25 years,
Oh, my
so to
God.
speak. So 2000s and onward, sir.
The iPad.
That will confuse them because none of them will work.
How do we plug this in?
Ah, yes, they just stared at black pieces of glass for hours.
They'll probably think it's like a pillow,
And yet
just
they
smacked each
well,
other.
no, and yet somehow they're able to glean information. It'll be our pieces of holy scripture.
And leaving this episode with the iPads are now holy scriptures in an alternate universe where humanity has died and our overlords, the aliens, have come down to look at our expensive pieces of paper.
So, Nick,
Any closing thoughts?
what modern object do you hope gets misunderstood forever? And I have a final closing question.
The Death Star.
That's not really a modern piece of technology. That's more of a
Wasn't it in the last 20 years?
soon to come.
Wasn't it in the last 20 years?
We haven't actually built one, Nick.
Well, yes, but it was in the movies, so if they watched Star Wars...
No.
I'm just saying, if they watch Star Wars and they end up...
Right, they'll think that that's how we started, was this fantastical space faring race
Exactly.
that destroyed itself down to one planet, and here these idiots are trying to relearn it again.
So then the Death Star, they'll probably think that the Death Star was the moon, and the moon just happened to...
Okay, so the moon. The moon is the modern object that you hope gets misunderstood forever. Fantastic, Nick. You, along with 20 million fucking soothsayers and future seers and farsighters throughout history. What is your prediction for the weirdest thing future people would think we worshipped besides the iPad?
I was going to say Batman.
I'm going to say Louis Vuitton or Gucci.
So
The belts, specifically.
So I was going to say Batman. But right now, in this moment, I would say that Orange Oompa Loompas. Willy Wonka.
No, because that's even better. Because it's supposed to be the Lorax. Oh, God. But really, some of the Oompa Loompas are orange.
And it's mistaken for...
Yes. If the two of us were to be discovered centuries from now, what single object would explain our downfall?
Nuclear holocaust?
Probably Trump with a nuke. Locking it in. Final answer.
And that's all for this week on Some Topic, the show where logic is seasonal, facts are optional, and the raccoons are 2 paychecks behind. If you're a liberal, please keep your critiques to yourself. Our unpaid interns have adopted a shoot first, shred later policy, and we're in a stand your ground state after all. HR has yet to get back to us with a solution, so stand by. To the rest of you, keep your coffee black, your sarcasm sharp, and your reality on airplane mode. Until next time, stay skeptical, stay caffeinated, and stay just interested enough to keep the surveillance squirrels guessing while we slip out the back.